that you wanted to address first?
Yes, we can perhaps address the ban, and then we can address the outbreak of the lumpy skin disease, which is happening in various parts of the country.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So let's get into it then. What led to the Directorate of Veterinary Services to impose this restriction on cloven-hoofed animals and their products from Germany?
So on the 10th of January this year, we've received a report from Germany where that they've had an outbreak on foot and mouth in the country. So knowing that we've got some Germans in the country that have loved their own products from their own heritage country, we see it fit as a ministry to introduce bans to restrict live and hoofed animals from Germany, as well as unprocessed products. So that's just to protect our livestock market. As you know, we are one of, if not only the importers of meat, of beef meat, to the UK, and not to the European Union, to China, and to America. Yeah.
So what can you maybe just break down exactly which commodities are affected by this suspension?
So what's affected by this restriction ban is basically your unprocessed meat products, meaning raw meat that is pre-packed, that's already in the consignments that are already on their way, or the ones that have been at the border. Those are the ones, and we're also restricting live animals from that country, other livestock or carriers, animals that are carriers of this disease. So also milk products from unpasteurized unpasteurized milk or milk products. So what that means is milk, it's basically just milk that's not processed, that has not been exposed to a certain heat. So yes.
All right.
Yeah.
And are there any conditions under which processed products from cloven-hoofed animals can still be imported, or maybe just transited as well?
Yes, processed products, meaning these have been exposed to a certain kind of heat, which is now your, for example, canned meat. That one has been cooked, obviously, in your pasteurized milk, which has been exposed to, or unpasteurized milk that has been exposed to a certain kind of heat that kills now bacteria that might carry this disease. Also now hives or skins which are treated and already for use. Meaning it has been exposed to a certain kind of heat or some chemicals. So those kind of products are also accepted.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which products are still safe and legal to import from Germany?
We urge our importers to actually consult our veterinary service import office here in Windhoek.
Okay.
Most of them are very familiar with it, as you cannot bring in something to the country or take something out of the country without consulting them. So there might be other products that are safe that we have not mentioned here. They will give you further advice on how to go about it. Yes.
Okay. And how does these regulations classify processed or treated hides and skins?
As I previously mentioned, treated hives have been exposed to either heat, which kills this bacteria, or chemicals, meaning the skin that is probably ready to make your handbag, your shoes. It does not in that condition where it's not in the raw form. So those are the ones that we allow to enter the country because they do not carry. It's the same as the processed meat, the milk products, and the milk and its milk products, such as cheese now, that have been processed and been exposed to a certain kind of heat level. Yeah.
And the pasteurization is considered an acceptable treatment for dairy products. Can you explain why?
Again, it's still the same concept. Treatment, it's exposed to heat. The bacteria that carries this foot and mouth is exposed to the heat, it dies. It does not come through with the products to the country. So these are also standards that are put up within our Veterinaries Act, which is Act 1 of 2011, and also by the standards of the World Animal World Health Animal Organization. So all those are procedures that have been put in place. So it's not just to protect the Namibian market, but also the international market. So everywhere that it passes, poses a risk.
Yeah, it's a couple of products, so we're just trying to find ways as, are there any exceptions to these restrictions or commodities that might still be allowed despite not being specifically listed? I know you touched on it earlier as well.
There are exceptions. As I said, mostly processed products. Those are the only ones that we are giving permits to them, for them coming from Germany, coming into the country. We would also urge importers not to take chances, because that also risks our market here. The same with the northern side of the veterinary cordon fence, the restriction measures we've put there. Also the same that we're putting in when we ban this. But just to add on to the information that I've provided is to our Namibian farmers, providing similar products. It's also an opportunity for them to get hold of now to close the gap that's been created by this ban. So it also comes with its positive side, and we urge our farmers here to kindly close the gap and make some money of it while the ban lasts.
Of course, there's always an opportunity, eh?
Yeah.
And lastly, just for those looking to import permitted products, what kind of documentation is required? And also just include your closing remarks.
Okay. What is required is a simple import permit, which is acquired from our veterinary import office. It's in Government Office Park on the second floor. You visit them, you give them the criteria of the items that you want to import to Namibia. They give you the requirements. If you meet them, you get the permit. You get your items imported. Yes, and they will be inspected upon arrival still.
All right. Any other thing you want to add that you feel like we left out?
Just for our farmers to take cautious, to protect our livestock market. It's very precious to the country's economy.
Thank you so much for being on Daily Roundup today.
All right.
All right. That was Simon Nghipandulwa, the Public Relations Officer of the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform. He was just giving us a brief on the products that are banned from Germany. We'll be back after this short break.